yeah, the actual permit is fine. Once you give them that, that means we okay it. So then they'll move forward.
If you want to print it, please.
But then I understand if you didn't receive it. These. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, we're ready upstairs. Roll camera, thank you. We'll call this meeting to order. This is a regular meeting of the Board of Trustees. We start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, so I would like you to join me, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mrs. Price, will you call the roll, please?
Roll call, Mr. DeLauro.
Here.
Mrs. Chapman.
Here.
Mr. Cottle.
Here. Looks like Mr. Spickard is absent today. To start off here, we're going to have a couple awards presented for a life-saving award for a couple of our officers and a swearing in of one of our newest part-time officers, Jamar Watkins. He recently moved to the area not too long ago, so we were, it was our benefit to be able to bring him on. He was a police officer up in the Cleveland area. So the chief, we hired him last meeting officially, but Chief's going to swear him in today. So Chief, take it away.
My name is Jack Simone. I'm the police chief here in Springfield Township. We're going to do two things today. First, we're going to recognize some officers for a life-saving award. And then we're going to, like Mr. DeLauro said, we're going to swear Jamar in as one of our newest officers. When we're done, the board will take a quick recess, and there's cake and stuff, refreshments out in the hallway. You can take some pictures or go out in the hallway for refreshments. I want to do some introductions before we get started. Mr. Spickard's our fiscal officer. He's not here today. Our board of trustees is Mr. Caudell, Mr. DeLauro, and Mrs. Chapman. Next to her is administrative assistant Patty Price, and then Mrs. Leanne Jasko next to her. Board of Trustees administrative assistant to our board is Mr. Ted Weinsheimer. Ms. Deb Groh is our zoning administrator, and our fire chief is Chief Brett Reinbold. So first, I want to thank everybody for coming here tonight. It's a great opportunity for us to kind of celebrate and recognize some things that are going on in Springfield Township. First thing I want to do is we want to talk about life-saving awards that a couple of our officers are receiving tonight for an incident that they dealt with at our local hotel up on Arlington Road. So I want to go through the scenario for those of you who aren't aware of what happened that night. I'm going to go over a brief scenario of what that took place. So on November 22nd, 2024, our Springfield police officers responded to a call of an unresponsive 11-month-old baby girl at the Red Roof Inn. Upon arrival, Officer Fido and Officer Branham were met with a traumatic scene of a young infant child on a bed not breathing. With no hesitation, they began to administer life-saving CPR. Thanks to their actions that night, Patsy Santos regained pulse and began breathing. Immediately, Officer Fido wrapped her up in a blanket and ran her to the parking lot where the paramedics or Springfield Fire Department was just arriving on scene. Patsy's condition was critical. She displayed severe signs of trauma, yet her survival is made possible by the decisive actions of these officers, coupled with the medical response by our Springfield Fire Department. Today we honor Officer Fido, Officer Branham for their outstanding performance, courage, and life-saving efforts that night. Because of them, Patsy, who has celebrated her first birthday now, is alive and doing much better. We thank you for your professionalism, Officer Fido, Officer Branham, and your dedication. You embody the essence of service and sacrifice that this uniform stands for. We recognize that while you signed up for this, moments like this are never easy. Patsy's story could have ended in tragedy. If not for your intervention, hats off to both of you. We owe you a great debt. I'd like Officer Branham and Officer Fido to come forward. I want to recognize them and present them with our life-saving award. Congratulations. Nice job. You know, I couldn't be prouder of this department and the things that these officers deal with on a regular basis. It is absolutely amazing. They step up each time they're called. I also want to recognize there was others that were involved that night. It was a collaborative effort with our officers, our dispatchers, and dispatchers the following day, because one of the individuals that was responsible for this assault fled the scene. It was a team effort, right? It was a team effort to ensure Patsy received the care that she needed, and that justice will be served for those responsible for her injuries. So I just kind of want to go down the list of these officers and that responded that night and kind of their role. Okay, Officer Branham, Officer Fido, we talked about that. Their immediate CPR efforts, heroic actions. Officer Laurenti, Sergeant Meade, Officer McLean for assisting in the search of the suspect who fled the scene. Detective Sims, Detective Sergeant Troyer for their thorough investigations that night at the Red Roof and ongoing investigations at the hospital. Sergeant Roberts, Officer Wagner, Officer Laurenti, Deputy Terrell Marshall, and Deputy Terrell Kemp from the Summit County Sheriff's Office for their persistent search and efforts the following day, which led to the apprehension of one of the suspects. Our dedicated dispatchers who managed the critical call, coordinated efforts, and facilitated the suspect's location with teletypes and phone pings. Our Springfield Township Fire Department that responded immediately and provided critical care to that baby. Each of you played a vital role in this event, and tonight I want to recognize the commitment of our officers, our dispatchers, and our firefighters. Thank you all for the service and dedication in protecting the citizens of this community. And I'll say, you know, folks don't recognize, and that's okay, understand the stuff our guys are dealing with, our men and women of this police department are dealing with on a regular basis. They really, really do an outstanding job for this community. Even that evening, Officer Branham was working an extra job at the Walmart and didn't hesitate to leave the Walmart to go assist however he could in this call. And in this call, Officer Fido ran upstairs and Officer Branham grabbed the CPR mask and was right behind him. So together, both of them had what they needed to provide this girl the medical care she needed. And on another note, it's very cool, Mrs. Chapman might want to say something, but our officers have been visiting this Patsy now since this incident occurred at the hospital. Last week, about 6 of us went up there and celebrated, it was her first birthday. Really nice. The nurses had put happy birthday signs in her hotel room, in her room there at the hospital. We went up there. I know that Mrs. Chapman's been visiting her. I know that Detective Sim back there has been visiting her and others. So really was a group effort, and everybody's kind of thinking, praying, making sure this little girl gets through this horrific event. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to swear in our new officer. Officer Jamar Watkins, he's going to be sworn in as a part-time officer. We've actually sworn him in earlier because we wanted to get him started, but we want to kind of do a ceremonial swearing in tonight because we're excited about having him on our police department. Jamar, who did you bring here with you tonight, or who's with you tonight?
My son and my girlfriend.
Okay. Jamar, I'll tell you a little history of Jamar. Jamar's from Euclid, Ohio. He went to Euclid High School. He graduated from the Cauga Community College Police Academy in March of 2022. Officer Watkins brings to Springfield extensive police experience. He spent a number of years at the Greater Cleveland Regional Transit Authority, the RTA Police Department. He also spent a short time at the University Heights Police Department. Jamar, if you want to come forward, we'll do your swearing in. I state your name.
I, Jamar Watkins,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
and or affirm that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America. The Constitution and laws of the state of Ohio, the laws and ordinances of the political subdivision to which I'm appointed. To the best of my ability, will discharge the duties of this office. Congratulations. It's a significant day for our police department and for our entire community. I want to take a moment to thank all of you that are here today that have dedicated your lives to law enforcement. I know I speak for the Board of Trustees in this community, and I want to thank you all for your service each day. Thank you. Springfield is a respected and professional police department. The only way we remain that way is that we add quality people to our staff. Our police department is only as strong as the people that are here, whether it's our police officers or our administrative staff. We really feel that Officer Watkins is going to be a great addition to our department, and I'm confident he's going to be a great addition to our community. Officer Watkins, like I said, brings with him some experience from the RTA Police Department. Jamar, we are going to give you an opportunity. We're going to provide you with the resources, the training, the equipment, and the rest is up to you. Looking forward to the impact you're going to have on this department and in this community. I want to take a moment to thank Officer Watkins' family. You guys are here. It's really, his presence here today is a testament to your influence in him. Jamar, you've been shaped into an outstanding young man. We're excited to have you here. Thank your family for what they've done. Thank you for living here, bringing Jamar to our community so he can be a part of our police department. Officer Watkins, always have courage to hold yourself accountable, maintain the highest standards of ethics, uphold the values of the Springfield Township Police Department and this community. Each morning I pray for two things. I pray for my family, I pray for these officers. They make the choices and decisions that are best, and most importantly, they get home to their families each night. Officer Watkins, God bless you for the courage you will display during your career as a Springfield Township police officer. I want to thank you for the extraordinary services you will provide and the sacrifices you will make on behalf of this community. Congratulations. So what we would like to do now, we have some time for some pictures. We're going to get Dan and Austin up here for some pictures. We get Jamar up here for some pictures. The board's going to take a quick recess.
Yes. Yes, we'll take a quick recess to enjoy some refreshments out there and celebrate this occasion. Chief, it looks like you got someone that'll give you a running in the physical fitness test, though, huh? I mean, yeah, so.
It's all right.
All right, so we stand in recess. Ted, you want to yell out there in case anyone wants to come in? But I think we got our favorite two guests here already, but
I talk to myself. I swear to God. Like when you say something, you want to when somebody says something like you, if I'm walking by and you say something, I turn around and I go, what can I do? How you do it? Yeah. I hear my name.
okay.
Let's go.
We will call the meeting back to order. And we have some administrative motions here I'd like to go through. I move to dispense with reading the minutes and approve the minutes to date.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
I move to approve payment of bills and payroll as prepared by the fiscal officer, subject to audit.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
I move to authorize the administrative assistant to the Board of Trustees, Mr. Ted Weinsheimer, to enter into a grant agreement with the Summit County Department of Community and Economic Development for $30,000. This is CDBG funds. This is to pay for to pay portion of the senior center roof replacement.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
And then I move to approve the quote from Pro Construction Renovation LLC in the amount of $39,600. This will be paid from Fund Line 1000930. This is for the community center roof replacement.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes. And for those that can do the quick math, yeah, the quote is for $39,600. We will be getting $30,000 from the grant, so the whole roof replacement will cost the township $9,600. So this is we appreciate that grant, and this will be a great investment for us. Also for administration, I move to approve the quote from SA Communal in the amount of $8,635. This will be paid from Fund Line 1,930,930. This is required by the NFPA code testing of the fire sprinkler system.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
I move to approve the payment for legal services rendered by Mr. Robert Constant in the amount of $4,500. This will be paid from Fund Line 1,110,311,1009.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
For the fiscal department, I move to approve the reallocation of appropriation of funds per the attached Exhibit A for the proper documentation of expenditures.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Mr. Weinsheimer, for those watching at home, would you like to give a brief explanation of that reallocation there? Yes.
Basically, we're moving some money from some funds to other funds. Basically, we have salaries, we have some extra money in. We need to pay for Ohio Public Employment Retirement System, Medicare, and so we're moving money to properly document that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not an amendment to any of the.
Yep, we're not spending
We're
any
just
more
moving
money.
a few funds, yes, so. All right, thank you. For the fire department, I move to approve the payment to Bricks, Inc. in the amount of $5,700. This will be paid from Fund Line 2281-23360. This is the fire station alerting software and hardware that was purchased in 2021. This was purchased to be paid in 5 annual payments of $5,700 per year. This is payment number 4 of 5.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes. And also for the fire, I move to approve the attached resolution to proceed with the replacement of the existing 1.5 mil, 1.8 mil, and 3.2 mil tax levies, which total 6.5 mils. We will replace this levy with a decrease of 0.125 mill tax levy for a total of 6.375 mills. This is outlined in Ohio Revised Code 5705.19I for the Springfield Township Fire Department.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes. Do anyone in the audience like to address the board? Yes, step right up, sir.
We're coming to the close of another year real soon, and my wife and I just like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for what you've done for this community and done for she and I. In our opinion, you are such class people. We couldn't have asked for anyone better to sit in these seats and do the job that you're doing. So on behalf of my wife and I and a very grateful community, thank you for everything. And a Happy New Year and Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. For Mrs. Price's benefit, could you state your name and address, please? Yeah, at the microphone there so she could hear you. Yes, thank you.
Tim Huffman, and my address is 457 Taylor Avenue.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Huffman. Thank you. Anyone else? Hearing no one, do any of my colleagues have any announcements?
Yeah,
I know you do, Mr.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to tell you guys about the Spectrum Community Channel, 1023. Springfield and Lakemore Community Channel 1023 is proud to serve our communities by providing access to local government meetings and programming and information of community events. Community members can access all current and past programming on demand by our new YouTube channel. Find it by searching Springfield Lakemore Community Channel. More community information is available on Facebook at Springfield Lakemore Channel 1023. On Instagram at Springfield Lakemore Channel 1023. X, formerly a Twitter, is Springfield Lakemore Channel 1023 at Springfield LAK1. And our blog at Springfield Lakemore Channel 1023 News and Views. Please let us know if you have any event or activity in the Lakemore or Springfield communities that you would like to see on the community channel by contacting your government officials. Please let us know how we can best serve you. Thank you to members of the trustees for the help and support in giving these announcements and promoting the community channel. Tune in to Spectrum Channel 1023 to view the schedule for programs. The channel's Facebook page or community website, springfieldtownship.us, also has the programs listed. Thank you, Frank, Jim, Douglas, and Carolyn.
Mrs. Chapman? No, not today. Chief, I don't want to put you on the spot, so Chief Reinbold, I guess there's two chiefs here now. So you'll have a little information next meeting or something for the, about your fire levy there for the community? Okay, thank you, sir. Other than that, hearing no one else, the board needs to go into executive session tonight, so I would like to make a motion that we adjourn into executive session for the purpose of discussing the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, and compensation of a public employee to include the Board of Trustees and our administrator and any other department heads that we may need to call in.
Second that.
Anticipate any motions.
Correct. Mr. Cottle seconded the motion.
Oh. Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for those kind words. Good seeing you. Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Copy, I'll have everybody's signature.